Good morning, everyone. Welcome to High Vibe Mornings. Hi, for those of you who are new to me, my name is Kelly Lunt. I'm an intuitive channel, medium, and law of attraction expert. And I love coming live every day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time just to help everyone get high vibe mornings, followed by free mini reads for 30 minutes. It's totally free. Just to help you guys get high vibe and then hear what you need to hear so that you can take your next step in life. And not only take your next step towards your goal, your manifestation, but also build a plan that helps you enjoy the journey to get there. So if you're coming live, say hello. Let me know you're here. We always start the show with a general message for the collective. I just ask Source, what does everyone need to hear? So for those of you who can't join live, you can still come back and watch the replay to hear your message. And if you're able to join live, like I said, we go into free mini reads for the first 30 minutes. After the first 30 minutes, then I do encourage either super chat donations or PayPal donations in the amount of at least $20 to keep the show going past that. So give me 1 second to tag people on Facebook and then we will get started. It looks like we got Holly here. What's up, Holly? How are you from yesterday? And we got Concha here. How are you doing, Holly? And how are you doing, Concha? And I'm so excited for my one on one with you, Concha. Guys, I booked a session with Concha for some private virtual yoga because she is so good at getting that energy moving through your body. She works on the meridian. She has a lot of skills and talents. And your body just always feels amazing. You feel on top of the world, like you can like conquer the world. Okay, I think I got the tag going in there. I did. So let's just go ahead and get started. If you guys would like to meditate with me, go ahead and close your eyes now. Sink into your body, calling all of your energy, all of your focus back into this present moment, calling it all back into the current room that you're in. And if you can, call it all back into your body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we're going to welcome Kelly to do a little 3 card tarot spread for the general message. And we just want to do a little rampage for you guys. I'm ready to feel relaxed in my body. I'm ready to feel cool, calm, and collected in my body. Not only am I ready to feel confident, I'm ready to feel competent. And not only that, I'm ready to feel like exactly where I'm at right now, whether it's just starting a brand new skill or a veteran expert or someone who's relaunching their business and having to relearn their skill sets. It's really about I'm competent now. So universe, who are the people with just the skill set that I have right now who can receive benefit from me, who are a vibrational match for working with me? I'm aligning with that. I'm aligning with just the right employer for someone just like me. One thing that kind of shocked Kelly when she was working in Silicon Valley in San Francisco, where she met a lot of her tech savvy friends there. She was always shocked at how smart they were, how much like more educated they were than her, and she'd always go, "Well, why are they hiring me? Like they outsmart me galore." And a lot of the employers we just really want someone with that gung ho, youthful energy. We're willing to train you. We actually know exactly how we want it done and we have the expertise. We just don't have the time to do it all. You're a blank canvas. You have the eagerness to learn, and we could teach you the way we want it done. So she was always, wow, well, thank you. Then there are some companies, especially when she moved out to Tennessee, they were a little bit more, no, we want the calm people who like have the expertise. So to her, it was just an interesting notice of a change. That's why it's more important with I know that I desire to be working with more people. I know that I desire to be in a relationship. I know that I desire to have a new job. So, universe, I'm asking you to align the people who are manifesting someone just like me, who are aligning with someone just like me, who are looking for someone just like me, because I'm ready to feel good in my body. I'm ready to feel competent in my mind. I'm ready to feel like I'm enough. So, I'm just going to allow my body to soothe into relaxation, just allowing the sensation, the feeling, the emotional, vibrational essence of I'm good enough to relax in and take over my whole body. And this is going to be something that grows day by day, breath by breath. I'm just going to reawaken to feeling at home and comfortable and calm in my body, included in this world, included in society, calling in a community where I just feel safe and relaxed. That's what I'm moving towards. Um, and they're saying, and with that, we invite the mini reads after the collective. Hey, Joy, you made it. So glad to see you. Let me pull the three cards for the collective. Yeah, Antoinette made it. Antoinette, I apologize for yesterday. I'm sorry. Oops. Okay, so three card. Hey, Raluca, my consistency and going live. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm doing high vibe mornings Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. First 30 minutes free. After that, suggested $20 tips, donations, contributions to keep the show going. Although today at 11 or today at 12, I do have a one on one with Concha. It was me booking a session with her. I want her juicy, good yoga energy movement. But okay, so actually, I kind of feel like giving Concha a shout out. If, oh, Antoinette, damn, how do I deserve you? Mm, I'm gonna receive that love. Guys, I was just reading The Big Leap again, and it talks about when someone does something kind and nice to you or gives you a compliment, sit back and fully receive it in your body. That's what will help you get into your zone of genius, which is where you allow yourself to feel loved, you allow yourself to be making money, and you allow your creativity to shine. Um, so I received that, Antoinette. Okay, quick shout out to yoga. If you know it's an emotional issue holding you back, book a session with me, your girl. If you know that there's like an energetic block in your body, oh my God, Concha can move right through that. Um, and that's what I want. I want that eagerness, energy to like go for my life mission. So that's why I booked a session with her. But okay, so in terms of the general from spirit, it looks like as you're going to step into the most radiating love version of yourself when you recognize that you don't have to do it all. When you kind of recognize it's kind of like your brain is very eager to be in that creative zone. But hear what I just said from that book, The Big Leap. It's love, money, and creative. It's all three is when you're in your zone of genius. It looks like right now there's a little bit of like overemphasis on more of your energy going to the creative area, which means one of the two, either your love or your money, isn't where you want it to be. And there's just extra energy going here, and extra energy means like frayed energy, frantic energy. So you're like, I could do this, I could do that, I could do it this way, I could do it that way. But like if you would just go, hey, for now, my creative idea is to go live Monday through Friday doing high vibe mornings. So if an idea pops up, I'm like, hey, thank you, idea. For now, I'm gonna put you in the parking lot. I'm gonna write you down so that you're there. If this is an inspired idea, I know spirit will keep reminding me of it until it hits a point where like I can't not do it because will feel so good to do it. Um, this is what I'm going to focus on because this is how I want to run my business and do it. When you allow that simplification, then the other two areas are going to flow. Because the biggest thing causing you disappointment right now is that you get an idea, you act on it, and you don't get the result from it. So you're like, I thought it was inspired. What the heck? But guys, there's a difference between receiving an idea and receiving an inspired idea to take action on. Sometimes, like when you're in the receptive mode, right? Step one, you got to do the ask. Steps two, the universe aligns stuff. Step three, you receive the end manifestation that you want, or you receive the next step. Step four, you're so good at receiving, you're in the synchronous flow that your life is ask, receive, ask, receive, ask, receive. Step five is when you experience vibrational contrast. How do you move through it so that you don't downward spiral, but you gain the clarity for what you want next? Step six, law of attraction, and this is definitely following the Abraham Hicks methodology of manifesting, is when you just embrace that there's going to be vibrational contrast in any new manifestation because anything new comes with unknown territory. How can you feel completely 100% confident if it's new to you? Okay, so when you're at step three, sometimes when you're not receiving the end goal, you're receiving the next step. Sometimes the next step is feeling better emotionally. So you have to go, you have to enjoy the better feeling state as much as you would as if you were kissing the man already. And next after emotions tend to comes ideas. If you can be, I'm so glad I'm getting ideas again. This means I'm opening up to ideas and creativity. Universe, make it super clear. Hi, Valentina. Make it super clear if this is an idea I'm supposed to take action on, or if I just now recognize that I'm in the receiving state. Okay, I hope that helped you guys because it seems like when you, especially like for Raluca, if you're still there, um, it seems like once you kinda get rid of that, like, start, stop, everything will flow for you more. Alright, guys, let's go into some mini reads. Go ahead and just type in your questions. Just type them in. Hopefully, I can get to everyone. And thanks for everyone who tuned in and decided to spend their morning with me, getting high vibe, getting some personal messages from spirit. Damn, Antoinette's love all around right now. Good day. Or just like, "I'm love." God, does anyone else drink lemon water? I do. I started reading that book, The Metabolism Plan. It's a lot of cooking, but your tummy does feel good. My youngest daughter got in trouble at school, 5 days in school suspension. Okay, keep going, Holly. What else? What did she do for a 5 day suspension? Good date with a tall, tattooed, bearded man. Oh, we know I love a bearded man. Holly, until you clarify your question more, for right now, this is interesting. I don't see that she actually did anything too bad. It's more that she has like frenetic energy in her right now. Um, and being blunt, Holly, it kind of looks like right now when you're with her, it seems like you're not grounded and present in a regulated nervous system. There's regulated nervous system and dysregulated. Dysregulated is when you're in fight or flight, frenetic energy, you have a million ideas coming at you at once. Regulated is when you're like calm, focused, present, and you're able to like feel the person, you're able to mirror them, you're able to attune to them. It kind of looks like she's missing that attention from you, kind of specifically, and overarching just from like an older adult who's looking out for her, which is causing just a little bit of frenetic energy, which is kind of what manifested it. But I don't get that she had bad intentions or anything. Oh, Jesus. How do I get that kind of message for you? And that's what you say. What the fudge? She said she wanted, I'm not even going to read that out loud. Oh, I could see how someone with frenetic energy would say that though. All right, though, spirit. What do you got to say given that? Wow, that's okay. All I can say is she actually doesn't want to do that. She doesn't have bad intentions. There is a part of her that does want to make people scared of her. She wants to feel respected, which goes back to that earlier message I gave you. She wants to feel respected, so she feels worthy of that one-on-one focus and attention. And it's kinda like, do you see how that's like a cry for help of someone pay attention to me? And it's kinda like she knows that that's what will people will listen to me if I say this. She wasn't prepared for like uh, expulsion. What's it called? Getting the 5-day suspension. She just thought it would get like maybe at least a school therapist or something, someone to like focus on her and like help her emotionally. I'm getting reassuring cards for you. It's like rest assured that like the seeds planted for a well-rounded daughter is there, but she does need help getting back into enjoying life, and she's going to enjoy life when she gets that like one-on-one attunement and marrying Holly. So I'm going to focus on Holly's questions, guys. And Valentina, go ahead and if you have a question, drop it. I'll still answer your question. Enjoy and Raluca, drop your questions if you guys are still there. Um, oh yeah, I think she felt better after she got the attention. Yeah, but you see how okay, so you don't want to shame her for that. That's like right now the only way that she knows how to get help. It's like the equivalent of like a baby. You know, when babies are born, what do? They cry if they need anything because that's all they know how to do. So for her, like it's like don't shame her. It it's like a recognize it's a desperate cry for love and attention. And it's really more about like what I'm getting, Holly, is that it's really more about you putting your point of focus on universe, God, whatever word you use. How do I calm and regulate my nervous system so I can be there more present for her? And they're saying they want to give the example, like, my friends have kids, so every once in a while I'll make an appearance at their soccer game, at their school event. I'm not a consistent, but I do sprinkle it in. And you should see those kids. They go, oh, "She came to watch my baseball game." It's like that's right. I love you. Like, and it's like your daughter's like needing and missing that right now. So it's your point of focus is on how do I calm and regulate my nervous system and how do I calm and soothe out the rest of my life so that I could be there for her more. So instead of just showing up maybe in body, I'm there with like mind, body, and soul with full presence for her. So instead of just, yeah, I showed up, it's like of course I showed up for you. You know, when I show up for those kids, I'm like, I dropped everything, no one else can contact me, and I'm like, "Of course I came to your baseball game. Come here, give me a hug." What like, "I didn't even know you played baseball. It was so fun to find out. Of course I had to come. Tell me about it." And then they'll be like, "You wanna play on the playground with me afterwards?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll run around with you for like 2 minutes, but then I'll tell you what, I'll also hang out with you so you can run around more, and I'll drive you home after your parents go home so you can play at the park later." They're saying, "Do you see that, like, one-on-one attention that they get?" I went to the movies with all 3 of my daughters Saturday. Okay. Keep going, Holly. Um, which is beautiful. That's beautiful. But you also see how that's not one-on-one attention for this particular daughter? Okay, I'm gonna quickly get to Antoinette's question because I think hers will be a short one as I let Holly kind of process this and like let it all sink in. But Holly, I'm definitely still focused on you, but I want to see about Antoinette's date. Well, number 1, after especially first date, it's just a did I have fun? Did I enjoy my time? What did I enjoy about my time? What did I like about the date? What did I like and enjoy about him? What do I admire and respect about him? Do I want to hang out with him? That's like where your point of focus should be on, especially after a first date and probably up to like the first 3 dates. Um, because you definitely need to balance Antoinette, which is not putting so much pressure on it, not needing to know it's gonna work out to the very end, because that's what caused the ups and downs a little bit of, like, when things end. It's like a, "But is it the one? Is it the one?" Um, there's a little bit in your energy of a little bit, not a lot, okay, of, like, trying to make it work. So that means when someone says, "Hey, I work night shifts," and if it's, like, really important to you to like sleep with your partner at night, what that card means is where you're like, hmm, well, I guess I don't know if that's important to me or not. But it's kind so there was a little bit of you that heard things that it actually is important to you. Does that make sense? And so in the moment on a date, that would look like, if a guy's like, if you're really big on you want a guy who's the financial provider, and he goes, "Oh, well, how do you feel about splitting the bill?" It's like, "Oh, what? No, 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 no. Is it a big deal to you to have a woman who financially contributes to, like, the household bills?" It's like being able to say that in the moment versus, "Oh, let me take that in and reflect on it." Because there's some things that you actually do know that you want in a relationship that you're not allowing yourself to become fully aware because you think it makes it more available to be a match for more partners. But it's not about being a match for more partners, right? Because that's like think of that as marketing. "Hey, I exist, I'm here, I'm available for dates." But then you wanna funnel it down to people who are specific matches. Which is like, I'm looking for a relationship with a strong spiritual connection, a lot of adventure, and a sense of we. So me and my partner are working on something together, the whole building an empire together. So I want him and me to kinda, like, maybe we could build houses together, maybe we could do my job together. I want it to feel like a we. Is that something that you want? Oh, no, I actually just wanna do my job, her do her job. I'm never quitting my job. We're not like, that's the level of, like, vibrating at the guy you need to get in there. Yeah, because there's just a little bit of you that's afraid to kinda really, "Oh my god, this is the type of relationship that I want." Because you think if you do that, it will narrow the playing field too much that you won't get a guy. I like how they just go into a life lesson without giving you any tips or anything about the guy for a little workout. If you want to be the king, you must pay all the bills. Ooh, that's actually a good point. And that's what some guys I tell them, I'm like, if you want how that woman is treating that man, you kind of do have to like pay the bills. Um, what I want is a relationship more like this. So I'm fine with contributing to some of the bills. But that also means that I'm never gonna be gushing over you in the way that that woman is. I'm gonna be more like this. And they're like, "Well, I want that." I'm like, "Then honey, you gotta like get it. Number one, you need to get a different girl, and you've got to open up to be willing to be the provider." But okay, let me go back to Holly. All three of them. And she and I sat together. My older two were in a different car. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And I took her trick or treating. Okay, good. Holly, I feel like you're taking this very personal and making it mean that you like somehow failed when that's not the point of the message. It's um I'm glad I got this wake up call. I'm glad I have this awareness. I now need It's like keeping your mind productive, they're saying, and keeping it not like it's a step five. Kelly said it earlier. You could either choose to downward spiral. What did I do wrong to get to this point? What did I downward spiral? Or you could go, oh my God, I'm so appreciative of this wake up call. My daughter needs me more now. Universe, I need you to help me get regulated in my mind, help me be more present and focused on her, help me learn this attunement and mirroring thing because I want my daughter to feel loved. Help rearrange and reshift my life so that I can be there for her and she feels loved and accepted, lovable and worthy of self acceptance. Do you see the mind frame we need to guide you to, Holly? Yeah, and so that tends to be my spirit guides. Um, hey, Concha, are we gonna have like an intense yoga session? Can I eat a quick breakfast after this before our session, or should I just like maybe to eat like half an apple, something super small? So Holly, keep typing to me while you integrate that. I guess I'm just gonna go to Valentina. I want to try to get to as many people as I can in the first 30 minutes. I'm working on getting the podcast started and having a little trouble organizing myself. That's okay. And deciding on what to talk about first. That's okay. I start rambling. That message from a few minutes ago about feeling overwhelmed really resonated. Hey, okay. So, first of all, that's okay. I'm working on get that's okay that you ramble a little bit, because sometimes, Valentina, it's just about getting into the routine again, the structure again. There was like a 2-month period where I was going live every day at 10 a.m. No one was showing up, but it was literally just about I had to rebuild the habit of getting like I took a 5-year break from like society. I was out volunteering on farms. I never looked at a clock. You just kind of whenever the sun woke you up, you woke up, you started doing stuff. You never looked at a clock. It was like when you woke up, midday-ish, "Oh, shit, it's gonna be dark in 30 minutes. Get everything in and back to the house because the lights are gonna be out and it's gonna be dark." So I needed that 2-month period to just get used to getting on a sleep schedule, waking up to an alarm at the same time, getting a morning routine down again. So if you're rambling, just be aware that it's not about an inspired idea to go get clients right away, that it's a, "Oh, that's right. I'm reminding myself if I want to do this, I need to meditate before I do it. I need to restructure what they're saying." Do you see how that's what this stage is kind of about for you? Um, and in terms of the organizing myself, it's you haven't had to spiritually orient yourself for a while. You've been more like, this is the masculine, this is the corporate. So you're restructuring. They're saying think back to the card spread they pulled for you about how it's how do I re-embrace my spirituality and my spiritual way of living life, so that I can allow my full spiritual side to be there and in a way where I feel safe and lovingly connected to my family. It might mean that, you keep your spirituality to like your podcast and your thing and you don't go full forward and talk about it all the time with them. There's some things that I connect with friends on, and I also know never talk about this topic with them. There's some friends who I know they love my emotional depth and they just want to hear my emotions, but I also know there's some friends who can handle it a little bit and some who are like, "The fuck are you even talking to me about that? We're out here just trying to walk in the park," you know? Um, because it looks like you got to go through a little lesson on that about viewing people as resources. Like, what are they good at? How do they like helping you and supporting you before you'll be able to really like allow your spirituality and your podcast to like take off. Let me see if there's any more for her. It is about you. Oh, it's gonna be good for you, Valentina, keep going. It is about you kind of stepping into, I am a spiritual leader. You're gaining comfort with being a spiritual leader, especially since your life mission was to be a translator of other people's works versus creating one. You have a little bit of a struggle of recognizing that you're still a spiritual leader. Valentina, 100% being able to translate someone else's work, not only to a different language, but to the culture, that's effing huge, right? Like, I'm sure you could even become aware of with my Becoming Who You Really Are course. You're like, oh, that's a really good life lesson. My people here need that. They would never understand it the way that Kelly presented it. They would need it told to them this way to still get that inner shift. Um, Okay, and then, like, from there, there's a bit of you that is expecting, like, pleasure, it should feel so good, but it's because you know what alignment and the flow feels like. Be okay that right now you are creating the discipline and the structure to be able to maintain your family, your corporate type job, and re-embracing your spirituality. You're at the stage of re-embracing your spirituality and allowing source to flow in you again. You got the 10 of earth as the outcome, though, so there's a lot of contentment for you. There's a lot of contentment for you if you go there. Um Pete, it has nothing to do with masculine. My sister was a stripper. Pete, give us more insight. Give us more of your male opinion on this. I'm curious. That really helps. Good, Valentina. Good. Good, good, good. I'm so glad. I can't wait. I'm getting my act together. I'm gonna need you to be translating my shit, but I'm still getting my act together, okay? So get your act together. So when my act's together, your act's together, and then it'll be beautiful and synchronistic. um, yes, it's hard when and guys, we are at the 30-minute mark. So I do encourage super chat donations or PayPal donations to keep the show going. Yeah, we're getting it together. Yes, it's hard when she rejects or blames me. I don't tell her bad things about her dad and grandmother, but they tell her all kinds of lies about me, and that clouds her view of me. Oh, okay, Holly, so I totally understand their message now. It's where you and I remember when I was like co-parenting, And, like, the little girl would be, like, hitting me, "I hate you." And I'm like, "I can see how upset and mad you are at me." And I had to, like, be there, and go, "Is it because, like, does your mommy do it different than me?" And then she would go, "Yeah." And she would relax, she would just start crying. I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know how mommy, like, does this." And I was like, "Does this mean you miss your mommy?" And she goes, "Yeah." And then she, like, came into my arms and, like, cried and soothed. So, I'm sorry, I know this is incredibly hard on you, Holly, and tough. Maybe you do wanna call in, like, outside help or something too for this. Um, like, I'm sure the school can provide a free counselor or something. It's where it would look like, "Oh, ouch, those words hurt. They don't feel good," but you gotta try to take a guess at what she's feeling. So if she's I don't tell her bad things about her dad, and they tell her all kinds of lies about me. You're like, "Oh, ouch, that really hurts. Where did you hear that from? Because that's not how I actually feel about you." You know, and like, can you give me an example of one of the things that she says? And then I could try to help you do the validation emotional thing. Okay, good. So she does have some support. That's good. That's good. And guys, I'm going to keep helping Holly a bit. If you want me to get to your question, if you want me to get to your question, either come back tomorrow and join live 11 a.m. every day Eastern time and get in on the free portion of it, or super chat PayPal. Um, I left her dad. I left her dad. It's all my fault, and he wants his family back, even though he was the abusive cheater. Oh, that's fucking rough, man. Okay, your daughter's saying, "You left dad, you broke up the family. He says he wants it back. It's your fault." So go, "Oh, okay." I don't know where you're at emotionally and in terms of your like emotional development, and I don't know what your emotional support is. So I'm going to give you the straight up like way of putting your needs completely aside and being able to focus on your daughter. And then I'll try to give you a way that helps validate your emotions too. That would look like, "Oh, honey, I like is are you mad at me because you think I broke up the family?" She'll probably go, "Yeah, blah 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 blah." Like, "Oh, I could see how upset you are at me, and is this your way of saying that you would like the family back together too?" "Yeah, mom, like dad wants the family back. Why don't you?" "Oh, honey, I could see how much you want the family back together. And it breaks my heart that we're not together as a family. I'm really sad we're not a family either." "What, mom?" Like, "Yeah, honey. Like, I want the family together too. And this like really hurts my heart that we're not together. But I can, so is this your way of saying that you're like just really sad? Like, is this your way of saying that you really wish the family was still together and that like you're really sad that we're not?" Dude, that's like emotional validation for her. And keep in mind the conversation might not play out exactly as I'm saying it, but that's that presence that they're talking about there for her. That's that, like, I didn't take it personal that that 2.5-year-old was like hit me and was mad at me. I just went, "Oh, no, no, we don't hit. When we're mad, we stomp our feet. Are you mad at me because I'm doing it differently than mom?" "Yes." And I go, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I can see how much you love your mom. I'm so sorry. I don't know how she does it. Can you show me how mom does it?" Sometimes she was able to show me, but she was also 2.5. Other times she would just cry and go, "No." And I go, "Oh, I miss your mom too. Should we ask your mom for a photo?" And she would go, "Yeah." And then I'd get a photo of her. She'd feel better. And I go, "I love you. I'm sorry I don't do it how mom does it, but no, I love you and I want to take care of you." And she would feel better. Um, okay. She was 3 when he left, so she doesn't really remember very much of us being together. Okay, but he lies to her about so much. He told her I wouldn't let him see her, which isn't true. He disappeared for 18 months and made no effort to contact. Okay, so I see that, Holly, and I hear that. So that's where like you might want some emotional support for you to like get your emotions out and for you to be validated. There if you want to read a book, this isn't going to be the book that's going to teach you everything I'm teaching you right now, but there's a book called Difficult Conversations that really helps. It teaches about detaching your emotions, so you don't even worry about your emotions and your emotional impact the words have on you, but you go straight to try to guessing how they feel, and you keep guessing how they feel until they go, "Yeah, that's how I feel." So that's called validation. And once they're validated, it tends to diffuse the situation. And then once you fully validate her emotions, even though I can understand, Holly, how much that would hurt as a mom, and especially since you know it's not true, once she feels fully seen and heard and like, "Yeah, mom, I just want the family back." There's probably a lot of sadness in there and she's gonna have her cry. Um, then like let her have her cry, let her get it all out, and then go, "I can understand why you feel that way and why you think that way, honey, and why you think it's as simple as me just being willing to like go out with him again. When you're ready, I'm willing to tell you how mommy feels about this." And then when she's ready, it's a, "Well, look, honey, I actually really wanted the family together too. I thought he and I were like in it for the long haul. He was going to be my life partner, my husband for life. I don't know, something happened." Because I know you don't want to say anything bad about him, which I respect and admire about you, but I'm not sure what happened. Something happened that made him leave for 18 months. I didn't hear from him. He ghosted me. I was in a lot of pain and I really wanted him to come back. And to this day, I still don't know why he left. So I still had to move on though, because I had you three beautiful daughters to care for and look after, and I wanted the best for you guys. It's hard for mommy. I don't know how old your daughter is, so I don't know the exact words to use. It's hard for mom to want to let someone back in who up and left for 18 months, and I still don't understand why. And it's even frustrating for me that he and I can't seem to have a conversation about that. And all I'm hearing is that he's saying bad things about me behind my back. Like, I feel stuck and frustrated. I don't know what to do. I can't rectify the situation. I can't change it. But mommy doesn't feel good about letting someone in who like left. She's 11. Okay, you might not use the word mommy, you might use the word mom. I feel like 11-year-old would kind of be able to understand that. I just recognize that even though she's blaming you, the underlying emotion under there is a lot of sadness. She has a lot of sadness and just wants her family back together. So I hope that helped make sense. And I'm glad it's helping you with Liv too, Antoinette. Um, Hey, Felly. Felly, we're at the I do this every day, 11 a.m. Eastern time for free for 30 minutes. So come back tomorrow if you'd like to get in the free portion of the mini read section, or I ask for a super chat donation or a PayPal donation. I put the PayPal donation in the Facebook description. I encourage $20, and that's what kind of keeps the show going after the 30 minutes. Um, I hope that kind of helps Holly in the sense of like, needing to put your emotions aside when you have this conversation with her, because it's really about validating her and being there for her. And a lot of the underlying emotion is sadness. You're probably not going to be able to go straight to, "Are you feeling sad?" You're going to have to go, like, I kind of walked you through the flow of the conversation a bit, because you're going to have to like validate until she does have their, "Yeah, that is how I feel." Um, and most of the time, they see it when they're older. They see it when they're older. They're like, "Oh, wait." It does suck being the parent who's there, though, in the moment. "I married him under duress. He told me if I didn't marry him, he'd make sure I'd never see my other two daughters again." Oh, that's rough. So it does, Holly, as I'm hearing you talk about this, I did not have a support team at that time. Now I have my husband and my daughters and my husband's family. Oh, that's good. Um, it does kind of sound like what I'm guiding you to do for your daughter, provide her emotional validation. It does look like you need someone who can provide that for you right now so that you can release these emotions. Um, and I can try to do it a little bit right now, but I do no one is doing a donation. So I do kind of gotta get ready for my 12 o'clock that I booked with someone. But how I can help Holly, it sucked that I felt pressured to get married. I hate that I feel like I had to marry him in order to keep my family together, even though I kind of knew it wasn't going well already. I hate that I felt forced to marry him in order to keep my two daughters with me. And what sucks even more is that now that we're not together, I now recognize it simply wasn't true. I felt bullied and peer pressured. And I can only imagine how frustrated you might feel that it's like, I feel helpless and I feel hopeless that I don't know how to change this situation. He did kind of help create it and cause it, and now he's still creating chaos, and I have no idea how to rectify this. And quite frankly, I just feel overwhelmed. I didn't sign up for a lifetime of bad emotions and bad feeling and a family experience that I didn't like and enjoy. I signed up for this because I wanted to guide and nurture kids in this world and help them set up a strong foundation for life. And now I just feel like I have this person who keeps throwing rocks at me. It feels unfair, and I don't like this feeling. Do you see how a lot of that is like emotional validation? I did it from the perspective of if I were in your shoes, stating the emotions, this is how I feel. There's more in there for you for sure to like let out. But like I said, I'm going to be doing this every day, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Um, I hope that helps give you a little bit of emotional relief on your end, a little bit of a framework for how to approach it with your daughter, and a little bit of a framework of how to approach it overall. What's up, Felly? It is nice to see you. How are you liking the new job, Felly? I don't know if I ever saw your comment to that. Holly, does all of that kind of make a little bit of a sense? Needing to validate your emotions, how to validate hers. And I can tell you that once you validate all of your emotions, if you do have the ability to invest in yourself. I actually do have a course called Becoming Who You Really Are. Antoinette and Concha have both taken it, where I teach you. There's a manual, and you would get live calls with the course too, where it teaches you how to self validate if that's support that you might need. Yes, it does. Thank you. Okay, good. I'm glad that helped. All right, guys. Thank you for coming to High Vibe Mornings. The intention is to help you guys get high vibe, help you hear your next step so you can take your next step in life towards the life you want and to enjoy the journey to get there. It's your girl, Kelly Lunt. I've already said it a million times. I'm going to come live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 30 minutes, always free. After that, I suggest donations. If you would like a personal read right now, just send me a message, I guess on Instagram, write a comment, and I'll come back with the link to book a one on one session. And when I get my next workshop going, I will let you guys know. Lots of love, and I hope you guys have a good day. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Bye.